again, it's my second attempt at this and trying to make this into something where somebody wants to hear it. Generally, when I get into this channel, it's always been a struggle of doing a channel versus what you want to do in terms of the content. Usually, when I started doing anything that I said, I want to be this, I want to be that, the struggle has always been constantly that I rely on gaming platforms to actually produce content which has nothing to do with my channel in a sense. The idea has always been the avatars. There's been Moody Hope, there's been Nubia, and there's also been Nina that comes from Bloodborne. And the problem has always been the same. Constantly, these are gaming platforms, and most people that come to this channel expect the content to reflect gaming as in these particular games. However, when I get into trying to make the content in that way, which I will, there's always a struggle trying to show what's relevant about the avatars as something different. With Moody Hope has always been the struggle of trying to show the paranormal part to a point. For me, I've been debunking many things over. When I look at Moody Hope, trying to say, okay, this is just something unusual. And that's my imagination, probably. But the other part of this is trying to show content through the avatar, trying to show something that's entirely relevant, and trying to experiment with different type of things. When I get into doing content with this, I always have one of the things I always have in mind. Many times over, it's just that many things are happening within politics that seem to affect me as well. So when I get into looking at things from that perspective, I'm trying to keep this relevant, and yet I'm struggling understanding the fact that I might be broke, and a lot of Americans may find themselves in the same situation. Looking at higher food prices, loss of a job possibly, and rising costs, which may influence what I'm doing here. More and more I find myself on that situation where I'm trying to express myself without repeating myself. However, I still say whether or not that's relevant to other people or not, I really don't know. So the balancing act between being a YouTube channel or looking at things and saying, well, this channel also is hope. And that's where I feel if I'm going to claim myself to be a channel, I still cling on to the word hope as the key. So that is the narrative I'm going to take here. So this video is still about hope. For many years, this country after World War II, from the 80s, going back almost 80 years now, has always been a leader in terms of trade. And with the current tariffs that have taken place, we are now altering all of those relationships with this country. And where that leads, I really don't know. So I can't go into a situation and say, let me just focus on YouTube stuff on this channel without also realizing, oh yeah, I have a life. And that life is just like everyone else. So I still say the same sense. This is basically a balancing act and trying to find my footing and trying to make this channel a channel of hope in a sense. Even though I'm somebody that feel no hope in some ways. I'm not going to spend too much time rambling on this because I'm probably edit it, but I still say mine is still a journey, a balancing act, trying to explore things. This is a channel of hope. It is also a channel of discovery. It's a channel that I wish I had a finished product for it. I could put it in a way that makes it more relevant. However, there's also things to point out. Currently, things are changing. Everything regarding these tariffs is altering the political landscape and the face of the planet and how we get along with allies and the rest of anything really to do with people as a whole. We are changing, and I have to reflect that also in my content. Thank you.